Great news, guys. This episode was a lot of fun. Bad news is the soundboard fell apart at about 30 minutes in. The podcast is an hour long. But 30 minutes in, the board cut off for some reason. And so we got the full hour, but the last half hour is the camera audio. I tried to clean it up the best I can for not going to Full Sail University. I did a pretty good job with the audio engineering on that. So, yeah, enjoy the show. It's with my buddy Jarri Knows. We've been hitting a lot of spots together, Orlando comic. He's been on tour with Preacher Lawson from America's Got Talent, so check him out. Follow him. I'm going to put his link in the description. And if you're in London, he'll be there, I think, in a month. So, yeah, check him out. Jarri Knows. Enjoy the show, guys.
I want that white lighting.
I color correct this anyway because this makes me look like those. All right, man. Well, shit. We're here with Jarri Knows, lifetime long friend of John Morant.
Yup. Bang, bang.
His arms dealer.
Yup. I gave him his first 22.
With some UFOs.
I had to scrub my Twitter because I used to wow out on Twitter.
I'm glad I never had a Twitter.
Bro, I used to, 2011 when Twitter was fun, when the celebrities used to, argue with people? Bruh.
You would just jump in there?
Yeah, man, because it was all about shock. You could say whatever you want, and people weren't really tripping like that. They weren't writing think pieces like, oh, this word is da-da-da.
Right.
It's all for shock, bro.
I'm thinking about deleting episode 20 through 90 of this show. Just from being, tired as hell.
Yeah.
Just being I don't even know what I said.
Right. Bro, I don't remember that. You gonna cancel me for some shit? Man, I don't know. You get canceled now, you get a bag.
Well, that too. I feel like if you're on top and you get canceled, it's an escalator down. Mm-hmm. And then the people that get canceled with no followers, they're like, hey, have fun up there.
Right. Unless you're like a rapist or something. That's the only cancellation. Is it canceling if you got sex allegations against you? Or is it just I
don't know. Kobe was putting up points.
Oh, yeah.
He just changed his number.
Yeah. Damn. We should wear jerseys as comedians so we can get out of the hot water.
No, that was number 8. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Well, Rick Ross just lost a Nike deal. That was it. When he said y'all in their champagne.
Yeah.
That song hits different now. You're like, wait a second.
Right. When it first came out, it was like, okay, he's wilding. But then when you really thought about it, it's like,
I'm like, man, I got sisters.
That's how you been pulling them? Molly? Noted.
Yeah, I mean, too much Wingstop.
Yo, you saw he just talked about he lost his Wingstop deal or something.
Really?
Yeah, bro. He's talking about I guess they changed owners or something, so he doesn't have a relationship with Wingstop anymore. I'm like, bro, I thought you owned them. How does that work?
I thought if you were a franchise owner.
Yeah, that's what he was painting it to be. But I saw he just put a video up. It was either yesterday or the day before. He was saying I don't have a relationship with Wingstop ever since such and such took over. I'm like, what?
That's I thought if you owned Chick-fil-A, you own that Chick-fil-A. It doesn't matter if they switch owners.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. He said he was going to explain.
He was lying about it.
That's what I'm saying. Was he just the mascot because he looks like he loves wings?
I mean, he rapped about it.
Right.
Dude, that's when I found that industry. I'm sure it's like that with all the industries, but rappers will specifically rap about a certain car because on the low, that car company's like, hey, here's $1 million to put this in your song.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame him. I'll do it.
They're naming features.
I wish that, man, see.
Power heated seats with the LCD display.
Right.
You're like, wait a second.
Right. Yo, you getting too descriptive now, bro. 23 miles to the gallon.
Exactly, bro.
You would never understand. All right, man, relax.
Let's chill out, bro.
Imagine they did that with comedians. You got Ford Taurus reaching out. 2004 Ford Taurus.
I would make crazy jokes. So the other day I was in my 2023 Mustang convertible. Mustang?
Right.
Guys, chill.
It has nothing to do with the joke at all.
Or just cut the check. I don't know. Would you quit comedy for a certain amount of money? If someone was like, hey, here's $20 million, never touch the stage again.
They will. I mean, shit. If they say it like that, I'm gonna have to be taking it reluctantly. Like, what you mean you never touch the stage again, motherfucker? But 20 mil to quit. Here's the thing, though. I feel like if somebody offered me that, they wouldn't get their money's worth because it would be like, okay, I'm gonna not do comedy no more. But guess what? Mixtape coming soon, buddy. You still gonna have to hear from me.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about like stand up. Like, could you
Just
let it
stand
go?
up?
Would you just podcast or rap? I don't know. It's a
That's
stupid
a good
question.
no. That's
but
a
I'm
good
always
question.
just like,
No, that's a good question because I would 100% do that because I would just use that money to fuel other mediums.
right.
I feel like if I was a big podcaster, I could, that's a big enough medium for me to be able to like express myself and still feel like I'm getting.
I think that's what it is now for me is like just getting the point across.
Mm-hmm.
Or just talking into the abyss, and people like fuck with it.
Yeah. I mean, shit. When you're bombing on stage, it's the same shit. Just up there talking and nobody saying it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. And you hope
I
somebody
haven't had
out
a
there.
good bomb in a while though.
Nah.
Well, I don't count Copper Rocket, but
Yeah, of
you
course
didn't even
not.
go up on stage that night.
Hell
dude.
nah, man. I had a good night. I was like, man, I'm not about to ruin my mood.
I was pissed that you brought me there, bro.
Yeah, you was mad. And I was mad that I went. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I spent $25 on a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, you're right.
I had like 4 people listening, and I was just
bro.
they see. I'm the type of guy people were like, I go so hard in front of 4 people. I'm like, nah, not me.
Yeah, not me at all.
I need 40.
Yeah, at least.
Like the energy is
Yeah.
just like whatever, man. And when 2 people are like, no, keep going, don't abandon that joke. I'm like, bro,
Yeah. Like, bro,
Just
I'm
FaceTime
not
me,
9 years old, bro.
yeah.
It's okay, Jimmy. No, man. I'll take a very attentive 25. It's still very small, but if they're down for it,
Oh, 25 is perfect if they're up on you, like the Milk District, dude.
Oh,
I want to
yeah,
shoot
yeah,
a
yeah.
special there this year.
yeah,
Like just 20, 30 minutes.
that room is great. Aesthetically, like, it's very Seinfeld-esque.
Yeah, no, the one spotlight. If I see blue hair in the audience, though, I know it's gonna be a rough night. Like I've had some rough sets
Bro,
at Milk where I'm like, you guys laugh at that, but not
Yeah.
that. That makes no sense.
Milk is a room that I still haven't figured out yet. Like, I have on a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'm averaging like a 7.5. I've gone as low as like a 6 before. And the most I've ever had is like an 8 in that room. I never like absolutely kill, which I don't get because I feel like that room would like what I have to talk about.
I think it's just too. I don't even want to say too diverse, but I feel like it's such a small audience. It's almost like everybody. It's like pockets of like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like this. The bar is completely different than the audience.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
It's weird, man. Like you can feel the people who get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then I've never ended with a bang in that room. Like
Right.
I've never been like, y'all have a great night.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's been like,
yeah.
all right, man, we'll enjoy the rest of the show.
Right. Well, I did my obligation. I came up here, got the job done.
Not getting paid.
There were some there were some highs, there were some lows. But there's people that consistently kill that room too. That's why it's like, damn, what am I doing wrong?
I don't know. I feel like that room wants you to just play it so safe. Like, don't do any, you know what I mean? Don't do any, like, topics, like, heavy.
Yeah. They like that crowd pleaser shit. Like,
Yeah.
Cater to me. Talk about my shoes type
You
shit.
guys see there's a new Fast and Furious coming out?
Yeah.
That's what they like. They're like a woo.
You know what's kind of fucking me up too? I realized this the other day. I don't have a TikTok, and like it's not that I'm not posting on TikTok. It's that I don't go on there and just keep up with all the trends and the topics and the ideas that are just
anything, bro.
But that's what people are getting programmed on though. Like people walk around all day long on TikTok time, like no pun intended, but just like, oh, I saw that on TikTok. Oh, this is what's happening on TikTok. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's
like a whole new world.
Cesspool. Yeah. No, I have a TikTok and it blew up quick to like 20K, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the wave, and then it just stopped, and it's at like it's been sitting at 21 for like a year,
Damn.
and everyone's like, oh, now you got to make a new account because yours is like plateaued.
What?
And I'm like, I don't have time for that, dude. So in a weird way, I'm jealous of people who don't have the TikTok, because now I just post and get off.
Yeah. I have one, and that's how I treat it. Like, if I make a little video, I post it, and then I check back the next day to see the numbers, and the numbers are always just like mediocre as fuck. And I'm just like
225, 240. Right. It just gets stuck.
Yeah.
And then
my YouTube is like that. All my videos get stuck on the same amount of views. I'm like, bro, this is bullshit. Like
shorts?
Yeah.
1.3, 1.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
Just enough to keep that carrot in front of you to keep trying harder. Like,
yeah. Ooh, you almost had 2K on that one. Good job.
That's gotta hurt. Like, man, I can't go along with this bullshit. But man, I got ideas that's gonna break through. You really got to break the algorithm. That's the trick. I feel like
my Instagram first the shadow ban definitely helped. 2 years of going full Alex Jones, they really locked my ass down. But yeah, I'm back now. Yeah. But yeah, everything else is just so sluggish. Like, I'll post the exact same video on 5 different platforms, and Instagram is just the only one that's like, I don't know. I'm done caring though.
Yeah. You use Facebook at all?
Yeah, I'll post reels on there, and it's just like I've had reels on Facebook get millions of views from like months ago, and then still 4,000 followers. Like, it just doesn't. I don't understand. Yeah. I guess like Aunt Becky doesn't know how to fucking subscribe.
Right.
They just keep scrolling. Like, that's the thing. Content's so cheap nowadays. You know, people are like, I want to save my content. I'm like, bro, for what? People, you're like you're one of 500 videos that some guy's gonna watch that day.
Yeah.
You know,
really got to throw everything out there. One thing about Facebook though is like, I'll put a reel up and people will just be watching it consistently. Like, it'll get views every single day. It doesn't matter how old it is. The algorithm is like recycling it in front of people. Facebook was my bread and butter before the algorithm existed, man. Like, I used to go viral before like viral was really like a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. When everything was chronological order as God intended. You know what I mean? And only the cream of the crop was at the top. But that's what helped me with writing a lot. Because I used to just post on Facebook all day long, every single day, like 10 posts a day, just writing. But now the game has changed. It's all about videos and putting mashed potatoes on your head and fucking shit is crazy, man. I'm like, bruh, y'all should have told me.
Bro, I might start those videos where you just eat too much. What is it called? A mukbang?
Oh, yeah, the mukbang. And you're just looking crazy.
I might just be like, all right, what's up, guys? Comedian Sean Madden here. I'm going to eat 49 tacos.
Can I do it? Here's the thing, though, man. When people do those kind of videos, I'll be like, you're a pedophile, bro. Only 9-year-olds are watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to cater to elementary school children. I'm a grown ass. You think I want to fucking sit down and watch somebody eat 300 hot dogs?
What about the parents that like blow up their kids? They like use their kids,
right?
Like the toy channel.
Yeah.
I saw one the other day. It was like top 20 YouTubers, and they had like this little girl, and I don't know what she does, but you could tell they made it. I'm like, bro, this is straight like 20 million pedophile views.
Yo,
that's 100%, all it is, bro.
100%. Yo, people don't understand. Pedophiles have social media too. Stop thinking it's just a weirdo down the street living in his van. It's normal every day. Bro. Some dude was arguing with me on Instagram literally yesterday, and he's talking crazy. And then I go on his page and I go to see who he's following because I'm trying to, he's hiding behind like one of those little no profile picture account kind of deals going on. Yeah, but he's following like a lot of people. So I'm like, this probably is his real page. I go on who he's following. Bro, it's a bunch of little girls. Damn. So then I call him out about it. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to argue with you. You're a whole pedo. This dude blocked me. It's like, yo, the allegations are true. The allegations are true.
It's crazy out here, man.
Yeah, man.
That's why I'm like, people our age, they'll have kids and then they'll post like every day about their kid. And I'm like, bro.
Yo, slow it down. It took me a minute for me to even start feeling comfortable posting my daughter. And now my close friends for real. Unless it's like her birthday or something. I don't trust
anybody, bro.
Yeah, man. Shit is fucking weird out here, man. You ever see those videos? There's some lady, I keep seeing her TikToks pop up on Twitter and shit. She like breastfeed her son in public places. I'm like, bro, can somebody
To make like a statement?
not even like the picture, like she'll just be walking down the aisle in the grocery store and pull her titty out and let her son's like 3 or 4. It's like big as hell. Like,
bro, that's one of those like women that are like, we should be able to breastfeed anywhere without shouldn't have to go into like a private.
Okay, if you feel that way, cool, whatever. But why are you recording it and putting it on the internet?
Right.
You know there's weirdos out here.
Yep.
You know there are, so you're being complicit with it. Lock her up. You know what I'm saying? Lock her up.
Decent
bro.
exposure.
Yeah, man.
Breastfeed that kid in cell block C.
Imagine being that kid when you're in like 7th grade and you trying to fuck and you get into it with somebody and be like, you sure you be somewhere sucking on your mama titty, boy? And then he wipes his milk mustache. No.
Just got off the bus.
Right.
Damn.
Breakfast was good today.
Whole milk. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. People's digital footprint is just I think it's gonna crush them. People are like, oh, the robots are gonna take the jobs. I'm like, no one's gonna get hired anyway, dude.
Right,
like,
right.
Like, I've had jobs just Google me, like real estate firms and all that, bro. That's why I started doing those job interviews, because nobody was hiring me, because they would just Google me.
Damn.
And they were like, one guy was like, you do stand-up, right? And he's like, and I'm like, yeah.
Man.
And he's like, well, how am I going to fucking train you for 6 months and then you just leave because you go viral? And I'm like, I didn't know whether to be mad or like happy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he believes in me.
Right.
But also, I need this fucking job, dude.
Like, yeah, I'm not that funny, bro. I promise. I'll stop.
Bro, my career's going nowhere. I was like trying to argue against my own self. Bro, my algorithm plateaued.
Right. You showed 30 views on this video, bro. Please,
bro.
Yeah, man.
I'll make content for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. See, nah, that's crazy though, man. You know something I'm kind of like not really worried about, but it's like I could definitely see this happening, and it would really like mess up a lot of things for people. So like they're saying like the new wars are gonna be fought through like cybersecurity and stuff like that. What if China had some kind of method where they just release all the people's digital footprints, and you can just type in people's like phone number or their name?
Oh, that's what TikTok is.
You can see like all their web browser history. Yeah.
That's what TikTok is. So I think it's gonna be like the social credit to the max. And again, this is what I was saying on Instagram for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong.
Right.
But I'm usually right. But I feel like, it's going to get to the point where they're like, oh, you're in court for some bullshit. Like, you bought too much fucking, beer at the store. And they're like, Sean Madden, oh, he posted this in 2017. This is his browser history. This is this. This is that. And they could just like violate you. Like, it's almost like, it's like a light version of like Epstein Island, where they just like hold that footage over your head.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's just all your shit.
Yeah.
Amazon too, bro. They like keep track of all your, like what you order. Like, people don't realize, man, like these companies know more about you than you probably know about yourself, because they see you from like 30,000 feet, and you're like just in the shit, like ordering stuff, searching stuff.
Yeah. And they're just observing you like a tiny little specimen that you are.
Yep.
Enjoy your weekend though.
Man. No, every day I'm like, I should probably delete TikTok, but I'm like, what's the point? They already have everything.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then I'm like, man, I don't really be doing no weird shit on my phone anyway, so.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, damn, do I want people to know I like watching Latinas suck BBCs? You know what I mean? Is that?
I don't know. I think you can get to a point, like my goal is to get to the point where like people are like, oh, this and this about you, and you're like, yeah, and what? Like, if you Eminem people, you got to just 8 Mile them, like, and I do watch Latinas.
Yeah. So what? I like it spicy.
And I still say fuck the free world.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're sitting on like 20, 30 million, I'll just be like, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing they can really do at that point.
Yeah, I asked you that question earlier because I'm like, I have a friend, my buddy Gary Lely out in LA. We always joke. He's like, man, when I make 10 million doing comedy, you'll never see me again. I'm just getting on the yacht and I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, some people, but these people just hold on to the game forever, bro. Like these 60, 70-year-olds still on tour. And you're like, bro. But I get it though, because it's like, it takes so long to get on. You're like, I'm never giving the mic back.
Yeah. You know, this, I don't know. I don't know how stuff sounds until I say it out loud. So I got to say this out loud. I don't know if this sounds like arrogant or whatever. But I feel like I would never be that way because what people are chasing, like people who never let the game go, I feel like I've already experienced that to a small degree. So I'm not really thirsty for it. Like if I were to get 10 million, 15 million, whatever, I wouldn't really be thirsty for the attention and validation no more because like it's a never ending cycle. And I feel like I've already, you know.
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
Like I've already killed my ego. So
right.
there's nothing else left to do other than just like my own personal goals and, you know, get my ideas out. But other than that, I'm not like, oh man, I want to be the man forever because I want status in this room, in that room. Like I don't really care anymore. You know
right.
what I mean?
Like you've done the shows, you got the praise. Like you understand what it is.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like a few years ago when I did the Laugh Factory, my friend Michael, rest in peace, he was like, oh man, like you could quit now. Like you did it. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm like, I haven't done shit. Like I'm still driving Uber, living on a bunk bed. He's like,
Right.
nah, like you did all the clubs, New York, LA. Like, what's next? Just
Money.
gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, man. I understood what he said. Like,
Yeah.
Now if you keep going, it is kind of like either the love of it or the ego or both. But yeah, my ego's kind of dead too. Like, I don't like half the shit I post, but I'm like, is that just me being like an egotistical perfectionist?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I just
yeah,
post
yeah.
it. You know, I used to edit my podcast like crazy. Like if I stuttered, edit.
Yeah.
If I slipped up on a word, edit. And now I'm just like, whatever, bro.
Yeah. Let the people see the human in you.
Yeah, I think
you
that's
know,
what it is.
God's bleed.
I'm immortal.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's just like, yeah, just be authentic, as cliche as that is. Like, because no one can take that from you. So, yeah, the more vulnerable you are, because people really go through shit, man. Like, the last 2 months, I've just been meeting people who are like, I lost both my parents in a car accident.
Yeah.
My son died in a house fire. And I'm just like, dude, I thought I had fucking
Right, man.
issues, bro.
Right.
I'm such a pussy. Like, you know, when you hear somebody like,
Yeah.
you know, somebody's still at work, like trying to hold back tears because their fucking house burned down.
Yeah, they lost everything.
And I'm like, oh, my YouTube didn't get enough views. Like, what a loser. But yeah, no, it's all
like, you said your house burned down? Damn, I could probably get a bunch of views if I.
Bro, if only you had a podcast while it was catching
you didn't
fire.
get any footage of it, bro? Are you a fucking idiot? What's wrong with you, bro?
You gotta monetize that shit. No GoFundMe or nothing.
A selfie, you crawling through this, holding your baby and shit.
What's up, TikTok? Today I'm gonna show you how to get out of a house fire. Stay low to the ground because heat rises. It's really like that, bro. People are going
100%.
viral at their shitty jobs.
Yo,
People
100.
like film themselves at working McDonald's and they go viral on TikTok. Yeah, like day in the
my
life.
God.
What's up, guys? I'm going to shower and get ready for my shift. Dude, it's crazy.
That's nuts.
I mean, you could parlay anything into a career.
What if I I used to work at Taco Bell when I was a jit. What if I made a TikTok of me like going back to work at Taco Bell? Hey guys, 30-year-old man going back to work at Taco Bell. Let's see if I still got it in me. Just send it. Yo, people will really watch that shit.
Yeah, I regret working in the food industry sometimes. The money was good, like waiting tables and bartending, but the behind the scenes, man, when you just see like the bucket of calamari on the floor, you're like,
it loses the magic.
Yeah, you think the kitchen's like some like pristine TV show back there. Bro, they don't give a fuck.
As long as they know when the inspector is coming so they can they can clean it up and sweep it up.
Because they don't have that here, the ABC. Like when you go to New York or Cali, the door has like, or maybe they do, I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, nah, I know what you're talking about.
But they don't have it in Florida.
Yeah, it's not as strict.
Because if you see a B on the window, you're like, yo, you guys really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, or a C, and people still eat there. Like the Chinese restaurants would always have a C.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it's good.
Right. Oh, y'all got to see? Okay.
Oh,
okay.
shit. C for
Oh,
cat.
so y'all not giving a fuck in this motherfucker, huh? Okay. Okay. Need that.
Y'all got that fucking fentanyl sauce.
Need that. Yeah, man. That's why, like, when stories go viral, I don't know if you've seen, there's like a local restaurant. It's called Lechonera. It's a Spanish spot. It just went viral in Orlando because they failed some inspections, so one of their locations got shut down, and everybody's sharing it. Like, I see. I'm like, bro, all these restaurants are like that. You know what I mean? Like, they just got caught for real.
That's really
But every restaurant has roaches. I would say most of them have rats. I'm gonna regret this one day because I'm gonna probably open a restaurant one day and people are gonna use this against me. Like, you said the restaurant got rats.
You're gonna have to film your kitchen.
Right.
No, it's like, yeah, some are clean, but you can only do so much, man. And then it's like they work that staff so hard. It's like, you think they're gonna really scrub the grill that good at the end of their shift, bro?
Right.
They just made 78 salmon dishes,
Sweet.
and now they gotta fucking scrub the grill
And clean out the vents and in the walls and all that kind of shit. Yeah,
Bus
bro.
boy's watching Real Madrid on his Android.
Yeah, bro.
Back.
What's the dude's name? Gordon Ramsay's not cleaning under the fridge, bro. It's not.
Yeah,
it's just not happening, dog.
Yeah.
Sorry to break your heart.
That's so true.
But shit, we gonna make it though, man.
No, we're right there, bro.
We gonna make it.
I think the cool thing would be, obviously have the studio in the dealership, but then if you film the day in the life of the rental, like we got this car moving, like there's a whole exotic dealership called Super Speeders.
Super speeders?
You seen it?
No.
Oh, they get like pulled over on purpose. And in the supercars, and that's like advertising. Like they have a whole channel called Super Speeders.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they have like the ticket challenge.
So what, like, do they use different people though? Because if you get pulled over repeatedly, they eventually take your license away.
I don't know how, dude. They're always getting tickets.
What if it's all staged? That'd be kind of fire too. We can get a police car from the auction.
You can.
Yeah, I had one. It was like old as fuck. It still had the sirens on it though. Just blue though.
Don't you hate when you are like doing 90 in the left lane and then you see like a cop car and then it's just some fucking fat white dude with like a McDonald's?
Got you.
Yeah.
And you got
It's
yourself.
got the stupid light still on the front. I'm like, come on, man.
Nah, man, you ain't get me. You got yourself, man. You driving a piece of shit.
You played yourself.
Yeah, man. But nah, that would be kind of fire though. You could really make content out of anything. You get going viral for getting a ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, like his friend got pulled over in like this McLaren, and then he's how you're supposed to get over when they're pulled over. He did like 100 right by where the cop was standing, and the cop went, "It's your lucky day," and then got back in and tried to chase him. Yeah, it was like who can get a ticket first.
That's kind of hilarious. Why they out there fucking? And then he pulls that dude over. To the other dude.
But then I'm like, maybe it is staged, but also it's not because the cops are like pissed, bro.
Yeah, dog,
Are you fucking crazy? Like they get mad, dude.
Yo, that will be hilarious though. They just keep like.
Yeah.
Another one comes going even faster.
No, they get like happy when they get a ticket. They're like, how much was yours for? But they take all the cars like cross country because, I mean, if you can make the content with it, and because, dude, the car is like, people think I'm crazy when I say like, if you're a vlogger and you buy a Ferrari, that's a game over. People are like, oh, I just want to watch to see someone driving the Ferrari. Like, that's how sad it's gotten.
People,
The male version of all these like, but all like the Nelk boys and shit, that's just the male Kardashians. Yeah, if you really think about it.
Yeah. Gotta, what are they doing today?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They sat ringside at the UFC. Let me live through them.
Right. Look, I do this for y'all because you'll never be able to experience this.
That was like Andrew Tate and his brother and all them. The Tate brothers.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're worth 100 million or whatever the fuck, and it's like people just can't stay away from the videos, man. They have to be on the internet. That's what I always talk to my friend. I'm like, bro, no one can just ride off into the sunset. Even if you have money, all these mob guys that were like, you don't say nothing about the family. They all have podcasts now, dude.
Yeah.
All the mob guys. They're like, yeah, me and Vinny Scaltone, we fucking We
And
robbed
they just
that
up there
guy.
just. That's crazy.
It's
man.
nuts, dude. It's like ex-bank robbers are coming out. Like,
Just get a therapist, bro. Just get a therapist. Or even a side chick. You know what I'm saying? A woman you can trust on the side that you've been to. Your wife already knows all your stories. She doesn't think they're cool anymore. She doesn't want to hear them.
yeah, she's tired of you.
You know what I'm saying? She knows you weren't really the guy that did it. You were just there observing. So find somebody who will believe you.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, weren't you just the driver?
Right. No, I was the driver, the robber, the shooter.
Oh, I did it all.
Yeah, man.
They call me Sandy Sunroof because I was always out the top.
Yeah, man. Damn, man, that's crazy. They were supposed to be like the pinnacle of like keeping your mouth shut. You know what I mean?
Now it's just like, welcome back to Inside the Vault. The two bank robbers. It's all a bullshit. Dude.
I was wearing this mask right here.
Yeah, bro. Because their lawyers are like, yeah, the case is over. You already had your time.
Right.
You can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of crazy.
The dude puts the mask on. Look, see?
Yeah.
That's me.
We got the footage. Look, see, he walks the same as me.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it's not snitching if you already did your time.
Yeah, shit gets tricky.
But still, I mean, I'm waiting for like one of them to be like, "Welcome back to the show," and you hear, pew, pew.
Mm-hmm.
Like just two guys just take them out.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know they were doing that.
No, I didn't either until I was like, you just see clips and it was like, I'm like, who are these two fucking old dudes? I'm like, why do these old people have a podcast? And they're like wearing suits with like the cigars, and then you're like, oh, that's what was it, like Sammy the Bull? I don't know any of that. I never really follow any of that.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen The Sopranos.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I need to watch it though because everybody swears it's like one of the best series ever. But it's hard for me to get into TV shows, especially now. I'm like, man, I just got too much shit to do, bro.
Yeah, man. It's like people get shocked when I say I don't watch any shows. They're like, what good shows are you watching? I'm like, I'm trying to be in the show.
Right.
I don't have, I don't even know if I would even want to do anything like TV wise. But yeah, it's just like, I don't even have a TV here. People come over and they're like, where's your TV? I'm like, that's the first thing.
It's my phone, bro.
You ask? Yeah. Who's just, I can't justify binge watching anything.
Right.
Like, I'm just thinking about the light bill.
The last show I really sat down and binge watched was Game of Thrones, and that was in like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, I've only seen episode 1 and the final episode.
Like, okay, I think I got the gist of the show.
And the one where like this midget was like fighting these guys trying to get on a boat. That like keep them off like whack-a-mole.
Yeah, that makes it sound so ridiculous.
I mean, it kind of
is. Yeah. But it just like minimizes how good the show was because it's just like, the midget was just.
So you like this?
Man, that shit was fire.
You're not one of those people that was like, man, the ending was good.
No, the ending was trash. They could have did better, but I don't know.
What do you expect? People wanted it to like have like this closure, but I'm like every episode with a show like that, like I was into Peaky Blinders, but it becomes like more of the same shit. Like that's why I stopped watching The Walking Dead. How many seasons can I do?
Especially when you binge watch something. I know exactly what you're talking about. You ever watch Lost? Man, that shit was good. It's old as fuck. It came out in like 05, but that shit was
I remember people were downloading on their iPod Nanos.
No, that shit was fire, but when I finally watched it, it was when the show was already canceled, so I just binge watched it, and I started realizing, like, every episode, they knock somebody out, they drag him somewhere, and then the person wakes up and is like, why'd you do that? But you don't notice that when you're watching it weekly, like how TV shows used to come out, but when you watch it back to back to back, they do the same thing over and over.
You think that killed kind of like the TV? Because now it's like, let's film 12 episodes and just put them all out at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
And then people just blow through it. But I think like there was a beauty in like Tuesday at 8:30.
Yeah.
There was, and I think that's why podcasts take off now is because this show might be, my last episode was 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. But then I'll do an episode that's 45. But if I'm not like speaking from the heart, like once I lose momentum, I'm like, hey, that's,
Yeah.
But I think there's like a beauty to that where people are like, man, I wish the episodes were longer. But I'm like, you don't want them to be longer.
Right.
Because it would suck.
Because then, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not about to just force feed you shit just for the sake of living up to some expectation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, this podcast has just been for me to like kind of dig for material, and then every now and then you get a couple clips.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I had a producer or a co-host, I think if you just have somebody in the room that's like, and you just feed off of them,
right?
Because
right.
can I ask, what the fuck does a podcast producer do?
Literally,
I mean, if they edit and like if they're just an editor, stop
Mhm.
calling them a producer.
Mhm.
They just edit.
producer just sounds better.
Yeah.
Like I'm a producer, I do it all. You know, I turn the light on, I turn it off. You know,
I make sure the camera's on.
that's that. Good.
Yeah.
Give them a thumbs up. If it wasn't for my thumbs up, they would have no idea when they even start talking. To be honest, they would still be sitting in silence right now.
No, I wish I had a producer, 100%.
Man, it's hard, dog. It's so hard. That's the thing, man. It's so hard getting shit off the ground because you need a team, but the team don't want to be around unless the bag is already there. Because I was thinking about it, like, man, when I'm like traveling and doing shows and shit, it would be so clutch to have a videographer with me.
Yeah,
But
bro.
it's like, bro, could I afford to pay a videographer? That's going to take up my whole budget. But it's like,
Yeah.
I can't expect people to want to travel to Idaho with me for free.
Because you got
And it'd be like, hopefully I'll make it so I can pay you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully this pays off.
They got to really believe in you. I feel like I have a couple people that would do that. They just don't live in Florida.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like my cousin, he's not doing shit, dude. I could just bring him anywhere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man.
no, you're definitely like, comedy's a solo sport, but nowadays it's like you're competing with teams, dude.
Literally.
Teams. Like by the time, like I should finish this episode, go write or go like do something about my day, and someone could be like editing and uploading all of this same day. But no, it's gonna take me like 2-3 hours.
Right.
But yeah, I wish I could just outsource. And then I get these ads. It was like, have a full-time editor for just $29 a day. I'm like, bitch, that's $900 a month.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, if I was making 20 G's a month, I could, that'd be like no problem.
Mhm.
Here's 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, my fridge is gonna be full still. But yeah, it was just like, it's crazy.
That's the catch-22 of it too, because it's like, man, if I just go all in and pay this $1,000 a month for like 3 months, I'd be able to produce enough content to where I can start making money on my content. Blah 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 blah. That's why I always try to have a business going outside of comedy, because it's hard for me to just have like a regular 9 to 5, because I need time off. I need to travel whenever I feel like it. I need nights. I need mornings. Sometimes I need a flexible schedule. So I've always been like, okay, let me just make sure I have a business going, so that way I can, fund my. Everything just works hand in hand, man. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. I be getting pissed off. Not even pissed off. I just get annoyed, and I low key be looking down on people when they make little comments like, "Oh, he's trying to do everything," and he da 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 da. Y'all don't understand how easy the shit be. Like everything I do works hand in hand with what I'm already doing. So I own a catering company because my girl can cook. I sell cars because everybody needs a car, and I have an auction license to go do so. And then I use the auction license, and then I'm not even gonna go into detail of the business model, but like people just are so narrow-minded that they don't see what I'm doing. It's not like I just wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna do real estate. I'm a
right.
You know what I mean?
90% of people do.
Exactly. Like I'm not just out here bullshitting, grasping for straws. Like everything I do makes sense to the last thing I did. If you really know like how the shit works.
Right.
For instance, with the car shit, bro, I can rent cars out to people who don't have any income for real. I know a lot of dudes especially are out there because women are always complaining, oh, my man's a bum. He's a bum. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a job. I can just rent a car to a dude like that. He makes money. He gets a car, and then boom, he promotes my comedy shows. I put business cards in there or whatever. Like, it's just very small shit, and it makes everything flow hand in hand,
Right.
which is why it's easy for me to sell tickets to my shows, and it's so hard for y'all because you motherfuckers don't got no motion.
No motion.
Next question, though, dude.
Well, it's gonna turn into an entrepreneur podcast.
Right, for real. My bad, y'all.
No, you're good,
It's the energy drink kicking in.
No, I forgot I drank one of those.
Mhm.
Let me see this shit for real. We're not sponsored by these guys.
Yeah,
but
you see, I keep trying to hide the
it's-
logo.
It's the opposite of Fahrenheit. Oh, they're from Boca Raton, Florida.
For real?
Yeah.
Yo, what if we did a Celsius comedy show?
Dude,
That would be kind of
I
hard.
had a guy the other day. He was like, "Yo, you got a decent following on Instagram. He's like, you should have brand deals." And I'm like, hey, thanks, man. That's like my mom's advice. She's like, you should get your master's at Harvard and get a job with health benefits. And I'm like, you know what, Mom? That's a great idea.
Bro, let's reach out to these motherfuckers.
No, I'm gonna start firing off emails.
Yo,
I'm serious, man.
I ain't gonna. Well, you could. I'm not. That's more work. I was gonna say, be like, you could just edit it out, but that's more work. But yeah, I think I got a good idea to make that work.
200 milligrams of caffeine, bro.
I have no idea what that means.
I mean, a cold brew is like 100.
Okay,
so this is like 2 coffees,
so
maybe 4 coffees.
That's why my eyes are about to pop out of my head. These shits make me ramble. Hey, I had a good set at fucking what did we do the other day? The Melbourne joint, pineapples.
You crushed
it. Yeah, I was geeked off the Celsius though.
That's what
that was. Shit makes me want to like talk.
Because you open like, what's up?
Yeah. Okay. I normally don't. I'm not an animated, extroverted type of person. But these shits make me want to express myself.
You brought it that night. I'm like, damn, how much was Jimmy paying you?
Oh, man. Yo, they fuck with me, dog. I really feel like, fuck it, I'm gonna say, I feel like in my spirit, I'm like a 40-year-old conservative, rich white guy. Because those audience fucking love me, yo. They just relate to what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like, look, it's me if I was a young black guy. Yeah, bitch.
No, there's power, bro. Oh my god. I have a friend from Africa, and bro, he jokes all the time. He's like, man, if I just wrote a book about like being a black conservative, he's like, even though I'm not. He's like, I just can get that bag. I'm
100%.
Like, Candace Owens, that shit.
I be saying that shit all the time, bro. Like Larry the Cable Guy and them, they showed motherfuckers there's a huge blueprint in America that people are scared to go. They make so much money off that tour. Now imagine if the face for that tour was a fucking black guy. People would love it because they'd be like, it's not racist.
Yeah.
Like,
see?
Bro. Right.
See? He says it too. He says it. It ain't just whites, man. And black people, they fuck with Trump too, man. I'll tell you.
If I could find a way to do that without being a sellout, bro, it's over. But I think I got a good approach.
I don't think it's being a sellout. I think unless you
go
on stage with like a MAGA hat,
right?
But
right.
It's just like I'm not like far right or far left, exactly. But it's like I'm in the middle, but also I'm just anti-crazy,
right?
So it's like the first like conservative is like. I don't know. It seems like the most quote unquote normal to me
right now. Yeah.
Like as long as you're not like in the woods with a militia, it's just like. Yeah. And look, I'm in Florida because if shit pops off, like I didn't want to be in LA for the lockdown. I came back here, bro, because I know there's a lot of Chevy Silverados out here. So shit goes.
We do what we want around here, boy.
I knew they wouldn't lock down Florida. I just
impossible, bro.
People are too wild out here.
Yeah, bro. That shit's not going. It's something that people be overlooking, and I be trying to explain this, but I don't really know how to put it into words. But one of America's advantages is our diversity. Like we're like one of the most diverse countries in the world. So Florida's very diverse, and I feel like that's a reason why it's hard to control us because there's so many different cultures here, and everybody's getting money. And everybody's going to do what they want at the end of the day. Right. You know what I mean? So we got guns, we got land, we got money, we got culture. We're not just mindless droids down here that are just doing whatever the media tells us to do. You know what I mean? Because we got that southern element too. And then you got the foreign element of people coming from other countries not really giving a fuck what America tells them to do for real. It's like, bro, I came over here in a boat. You think I give a fuck what Don Lemon has to say on CNN? You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Yeah, they don't even watch that shit.
Bro. Yeah, bro. Like, we gonna do what we want to do.
Yeah, no, it's so true. I mean, like, especially the Cuban population. Dude, when I was in Miami for a few months during the pandemic, and bro, the Cubans, like, in the elevator, they'd be like, yo, these motherfuckers really think that they can just, like, try to switch to socialism, cut everyone checks, and you're like... Yeah, bro, these people are confused out here. They think like the push for like socialism and communism is crazy, bro. But then you talk to people from like the islands, and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
But like you said, Florida is just Florida's so diverse, bro, and it's just like it's definitely the most. I mean, you can go anywhere. I mean, New York, obviously,
Yeah.
but there's something about Florida where it's just like, yeah, it's mad diverse,
Mhm.
and there's pockets. Like you go 15 minutes outside of Orlando, it is like you'll see some redneck shit, some fan boats, but then
Right.
like you go, downtown, and it's like Puerto Rican, and like it's just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can't lock it down. Man. Everyone kind of has the same vision in Florida. I feel, and part of me wishes it broke off. Like if Florida became its own country, we'd fucking destroy, bro. Because
Yeah.
there's so much land here that hasn't been touched
Yeah.
for cannabis, like growing. Like that would be our whole GDP if we became like the new California.
Cali be sick. Cali
Yeah.
would be sick.
Yeah.
Y'all still all right?
Yeah. But the problem with the cannabis in Florida is like that's where I hate the Republican Democrat thing because it's like the Republicans do shit right to a certain extent, but then they're like, no weed, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
the fuck.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna make you lazy, and it's like people are like people that are lazy are gonna be lazy. It's not the weed,
I have a conspiracy theory about weed that I want to share.
Oh, let's hear it.
All right, so boom. All right, it's like there's multiple angles to it. So the last culture in America who was real big, and I'm not anti-weed, but the last culture in America that was really big on weed and all that kind of shit were the Native Americans, and we know how that shit ended. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers were some of the most gullible motherfuckers you ever seen in human history. From yellow fever to selling Manhattan for $15. Like they pulled some shit on these Native American motherfuckers because they was too high to, and it's not just the weed. I understand there's a cultural element in there. We're coming in here on some industrial shit, and they're just like, bro, we just live here. We don't own shit. What are you talking about, deeds and shit? I understand all that.
Yeah, that must have been a mind fuck.
Exactly. Now imagine you smoking the good shit too. You know what I mean? They were smoking some good shit. These motherfuckers was eating buffalo kneecaps and shit. Like these motherfuckers was chilling. But so you bring that element into society today where everybody's just on the internet and they have all this information at their fingertips. Like people are very gullible. You know what I mean? So I think it makes people easier to manipulate when they're just high out of their mind all day, especially if it's your job to study human psychology and how they operate under cannabis and all that shit. Because the government does all that shit. And again, I said this is conspiracy. So I don't know, man. I'm like, what's the word? I guess there's like a catch-22 with me where it's like, yeah, man, I want the supreme freedom, but also I want the people to be in control of it. Like I don't want the government having their own cannabis facilities and making money off of it. And I kind of like I feel like they should have decriminalized weed instead of just making it recreational. Like if you get caught smoking weed, you get like a small ticket or something like that. You don't get taken to jail and shit like that. I just don't want the government and all of these corporations dictating how it goes because
just keeping the underground market kind of going.
Yeah,
exactly. But now people are like, oh, there's too much money into it. Like I never smoked until probably like I was like 22, and yeah, I'm not like an everyday smoker, but yeah, you're onto something with that because in California, you see how they just run the people over and raise taxes. But everybody's so high,
bro.
But they're trying to be higher than the rent. So I understood that, man, because when I worked at a dispensary in Cali, bro, I was gone 24/7. Like my eyes were closed.
Yeah, bro.
Daily, and I was like, wait a second, this was probably like, and I had another guy tell me that too when I was driving Uber. He's like, I'm anti-cannabis because I see how like no one's gonna stand up and like fight for like freedom or whatever.
Bro, I'm telling you.
And this was like an old black dude in Compton. He's like, yo, youngsters are fucking up.
Yo, old black, the real, not the ones on TV, not the commercial blacks, the old blacks, like the Black Panther motherfuckers, the ones that was getting locked up and killed for what they believe in.
Not the Al Sharptons.
Yeah, bro. Those are like the realest motherfuckers on earth because they were actually out here dying for what they believe in. People online just be like, well, I don't want people to be mean to me, so I'm just gonna go along with whatever the narrative is. Yeah, right, bro. I'm standing on whatever I'm on.
Right.
Especially once the bad comes.
And if you speak up now, like, that's all it takes is, like, one person. I mean, except for y'all didn't support me in the fucking pandemic, bro. Didn't share my shit. But no, it's like if you speak your mind, there's always gonna be like the real ones that support you.
Yeah, bro.
Like you're
That's
always gonna find it.
That's all it takes for me. I don't even give a fuck if I disagree with what the person's saying. Like I fuck with like patterns and shit. So if this person is like standing on what they really believe in, I respect that. Even if you know what I mean?
Like the non-grifters.
Yeah,
that
bro.
just jump from one thing to the other.
Exactly. No, stand on that, bro. If you racist, be racist, bro. I'll still fuck your auntie. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no.
Just stand on that, bro. That's all I ask. Don't insult me with pandering, bro, because I can see what you're doing.
No, it's so true. People just jump from one thing to the other.
Yeah,
like
man.
Everyone that was preaching about NFTs, they're now like, you gotta download ChatGPT. And I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. What's the next thing?
Right, right.
And that's how it is with the news too. It's like, oh, y'all are mad about this for 2 weeks, but wait till the next thing. I'm like, that's why I started saying I can't wait to see what the next thing you guys are gonna be mad about, because it's all fake.
Monkeypox coming back.
Is it?
Nah, it's not. Remember when that was the thing?
Yeah, bro.
They tried so hard.
Well, people don't realize they've tried everything.
Mm-hmm.
And COVID was the only one that stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because they tried to push that Zika shit.
Yeah.
I was in New York when they pushed Zika. And people were like, man, we got fucking mosquitoes here. Next.
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they were like, bro, they had all kinds of Zika ads.
Why don't they have mosquitoes in New York? There's not what I mean.
I don't know. It's hard to bite someone through the Timbs. In the fucking Canada Goose jacket or whatever it's called.
Yo, that's facts.
Bro, people would just get robbed in my neighborhood for the
jackets.
Canada Goose. That's crazy. That would never happen in Florida.
Bro, what? Motherfuckers getting smoked left and right.
For a jacket?
In Florida?
In Florida?
Yeah, bro.
What kind of jacket?
Nah, I'm saying if it was happening down here, people start getting... Florida's too small, man. Like, you can't just be robbing people like how they do in New York and shit like that. Because it's like, bro, I know where your mom lives, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We went to school together.
Right.
I know who you are, bro. In New York, you rob somebody, you can go, you can move, you can switch boroughs. Because, yo, another weird thing about New York is every time I go up there or I talk to somebody that's from there, I ask them if they've been there. It's people that grew up in Brooklyn that never been to Harlem before. Like, shit like that is weird to me. That shit is weird.
Dude, oh my God. I'm so glad you said that because, yeah, I lived in Brooklyn, but every year when my lease was up, I would just switch boroughs just to see. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, like, people are like, oh, you're going to 140? Like 142nd Street, I don't go up there that far. And I'm like, it's a city, bro.
Institutionalized.
People stay in the same 8 blocks in Brooklyn. This is my coffee shop. This is this. And it makes no sense to me. And then you realize people on Long Island, they don't even go to the city because they're like, why would I go to the city? Bro, I go to the fucking city. I got seafood right here. But it's the same thing with Florida, bro. There's people that never leave the state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got an aunt. She country as hell. Love my aunt, though. She lives in Tampa, bro. You know she's never been to the beach before? Bro, she's about to be like 70.
What?
She's never been to the beach. And then when I asked her, like, yo, why do you I don't want to go there. It's hot. All the sand gonna get my car. Oh, my God, bro. She's never been to the beach.
Hey, she's just anti-sand, I guess.
Oh, my God. Never, not one time. Like,
bro, maybe she got... like her head mushed into like a sandbox.
Right,
like
when she was a kid.
And now she's just like,
I don't do the sand shit.
Yeah,
man.
That's what happens to people, man. My buddy Devin, he has a whole sports show called Hold the Mayo, and I'm like, why? And he's like, I'm super anti-mayonnaise because when I was a kid, someone replaced my yogurt with mayo, and I took a whole bite of mayonnaise, and it just fucking ruined my life. And now it's just like. I'm like, I get that, but it happens as a kid. So yeah, maybe something happened, bro. Maybe she built a sandcastle she was proud of, and right. Kicked it like a field goal.
Yeah,
and she's just like, I'm never going.
I never psychoanalyzed her. I was just like, okay,
yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, people really be on that. I don't understand how you grew up in New York and don't have a curiosity to see what's going on around you, but you rep New York so hard, you only been in one part of it. That shit is crazy.
It is crazy. Did you ever have the New York kid move to like your classroom in Florida? And they're like the craziest.
Hell yeah. That shit.
I'm from New York. And you're like, all right, bro, we're in English class.
That shit is crazy because it only lasts until somebody beats them up and they move back to New York over the summer. It always happens. It never fails. They come down here. I had classmates move from New York and be like, yeah, you know, I'm a blood, blah, blah, blah. They get ran down on. Then they turn Crip. I've seen it. It's crazy. It's just like, bro, y'all don't have stop with this PTSD shit y'all on, man. Just admit that there's some weird indoctrination going on in New York that's making y'all want to be hooligans. You know what I mean? And just break out of that shit, bro. Because like, shit just so weird, bro. There's people move from all over the world to come to Florida, and they don't rep it that hard. But it's always New Yorkers. Y'all have to admit there's something weird going on in New York to make y'all be.
No, they just love it. They're like so proud of it.
It stinks. That's the crazy thing.
I love New York, man.
Yeah.
And I always like fantasize about moving back.
Yeah.
But I visualized the first day of me moving back and just being like, what a fucking idiot, bro. Because I can't justify it anymore.
Yeah.
I cannot.
You've seen too much.
It's just like, yeah, I like the people watching. I like, you know, get whatever food you want, whatever you want. But, bro, I just can't walk by someone that's, hey, suck my dick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, man, have a good day.
That's why, I don't know if it's true or not. Like I said, I don't know how it sounds if I say that out loud. That's why the Jordan Neely thing was so big, because it's like, bro, what are you doing choking a bum? They all do that. You know what I mean? Why are you, is that too far? Too political?
Oh, that was the Marine.
Yeah, the Marine
that just choked the guy out.
Yeah, choking the bum. It's like, bro, why are you choking them? They all tell you to suck your dick. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, there's no context in that footage because they literally just started filming when he was choking him out.
Yeah. I didn't even.
Which makes me think it's kind of like, I don't want to say
Nah,
stage,
I know what you're talking about.
but who knows nowadays?
They be milk. Yo, as soon as that story came out, I'm just like, bro, I'm not feeding into this shit at all. Like, it's the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing, right? You remember? Of course, you remember back in it was like Easter weekend. It was in Tennessee. That one kid walked into the bank and he shot all those people, and it was like world news. Like, oh shit, another mass shooting happened. Blah blah. You know that same weekend in Orlando, there was this guy driving a purple Lamborghini around on the west side by a park where they were doing a scavenger hunt with a bunch of kids, and there was a shooting and like 4 people died and a bunch of other people got hit. It didn't even make it out of the Central Florida news.
Oh, that was downtown, right? By the lake?
Nah, that was something else. Nah, this dude was driving a purple. There was video of the aftermath. Blood all in the street, all over the car. Dude driving a $250,000 car gets murdered. How is that not breaking news? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So when that shooting happened in Tennessee, which is also tragic, I'm not trying to compare like one is worse than the other.
Right.
It's just like, bro, they're always picking the story to fit the narrative of the moment that they want to push. That's why when the Jordan Neely thing happens, like white guy choking a black guy, it's in New York. It's all these different elements that the media loves. I'm just like, bro, I'm not.
You think they pick? You think they have like cards, and they're like, okay, white guy choked black guy. Yeah. Okay, that's that. Put that over here. That's top. Right. That's top 5.
Lesbian stabs lesbian.
No. We need a straight cis son.
Right. Yo, exactly. Exactly. They got all the local news stories. Yeah. And then the major ones view each one as like, yeah, let's do that. So Biden can, when the, what was it? Remember the story? The story went away immediately. Now that I think about it, the kid who knocked on the wrong door in Kansas, and then the old white guy had shot him in the head or something. This happened like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah, see, there's so many that it's just
exactly. Like, bro, when that happened, I swear I wish I would have posted it because I was going to, because I like predicting what's going to happen. I was like, watch Biden, give him a phone call, and and he did. I'm just like, bro, they keep trying to use this.
They just pick, right?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so my question is, do you think, you think back to like the Wild West. People have been popping off in this country this country is built on popping off.
Literally.
So it's like, is it just because everyone has a phone now and then it's just like, you think it's like the algorithm? Like, ooh, the chokeout video did really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what it is?
Exactly. Oh, 15 minutes. Oh, and it has the George Floyd element. It's like George Floyd, except with a homeless guy.
Yeah, it's the sequel.
You're right. Yo, literally. It sounds like it sounds like I'm trying to make fun of it or something, but this is literally how it's going. They just dropped the remix to George Floyd. George Floyd Reloaded. Like, no thanks, bro. I saw the first one. I'm not interested, man. They're gonna have like the Avengers of George Floyd is gonna be Kyle Rittenhouse, Daniel Penny.
Yeah.
They're
What is that guy even up to now?
celebrity boxing. Watch, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be Kyle Rittenhouse versus fucking whatever the ex-Marine.
The subway chokeout.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I can see that too.
Then they're gonna have Orlando Brown be the referee. Yo, bro, this is the kind of shit that will do numbers in this world, though, man.
Yeah,
this is
bro.
what people are into right now. But fuck it. I mean, either you're playing along or you're playing yourself. What J. Cole say? Either you play the game or let the game play you. And
That's where it's at now. Like, I'm not looking to change any rules or anything. I'm just like, what can I do to,
to get
to
down,
just kind of get
my slice of the pie and dip out.
That's it.
All I want is a
Yeah.
little.
I just want to make people laugh, have a good time, and then ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, man. Shit coming, man. Shit is coming.
And we're right here.
It's right in there. Don't steal my idea either. I know y'all gonna do Daniel Penny versus Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm gonna say that on stage and see what happens. I'm gonna say it on stage and see what happens. Y'all see that celebrity boxing match they got coming up? Nah, I don't even know how to premise that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
That's where I'm at with comedy. It's like, I'll just say whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Because you have so many, I call them parachute jokes, where they work every time.
Yeah.
So it's like, you could bomb for a good 3 minutes and be
Right.
like, all right, I'll fuck with you guys.
Right,
Anybody ever go skydiving?
Right.
Like, I just go right into, like, some shit that, works.
Like,
But,
yo, I could do this for real. I was just,
Yeah.
Exactly. I was, I think I did that at Melbourne. Sometimes if I'm doing too good on stage, I get cocky and I just start talking and I have no idea where I'm going. Like, I just bring a topic up and just be like, hopefully this ends with a joke.
Bro, my whole intro to my Melbourne set, I just went on, like, I think it was just 7 minutes of just, I got an applause break talking about crayons. And then I'm like, all right, there's something there.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. That should be funny. I always compare doing stand-up to, like, playing with fire. Like, the little fire dudes that be doing all that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you know what you're doing, it's, like, exciting. But if, like, you fuck up, like...
It's even more exciting.
Right.
For the guy that drops it in his shoe and he's like,
yeah, man.
like, wow, it's so authentic. It's like, nah, that dude just lost his foot.
If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to burn yourself. It's going to be tragic. You're going to remember the rest of your miserable little life. I kind of don't care if I bomb anymore. The only time I care if I have a bad set is if somebody I know personally is there. But if I'm in the middle of nowhere and fucking, I don't know these people, it's like, yeah, I'm never going to see you again. They don't care. I know I'm funny. I just wasn't funny today.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's the worst when you tell the crowd. I said that at Copper Rocket. I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, I just did great in Melbourne.
right,
You guys should have been there.
right.
Like, shut the
You guys
fuck
should
up.
You guys should have drove an hour and a half to see me out there. It was a great time.
I was getting heckled by the bartender.
You know something I be wanting to do, man? Like I like moving as a unit. I wish we there was like a van or something or a shuttle or something. We all take
No.
what it's not recording?